Yes, well, one resident who has fought for his city, Oleksiy Goncharenko, a member of the Ukrainian Parliament, joins us now to discuss this. Thank you so much for your time. I mean, firstly, let's just start off with how are you doing? Obviously, it's, I think, day 44 or something. I think I said that last week of this war now. How are you?
Yeah, we are on, I think, day 46 already. And yeah, it's tough. It's war. We're losing people every day, but the mood is very high because we won the battle at Kyiv. Russian troops should retreat and even run away some places. Now I just returned from Kramatorsk, which is the capital of Ukraine-controlled part of Donbass, where this awful attack was on Friday, when Russians just hit the railway station where people were waiting for evacuation and for the trains, and 57 people were killed with this missile attack with the cassette bombs inside, which is, these cassette bombs, by the way, are forbidden for use even against military targets and military people, but to use it against civilians, it's so awful. This is a absolutely pure war crime. And it happened in Kramatorsk. I've been on the place yesterday. I saw everything by my own eyes, the results. So it's tough, but we are feeling that we are winning. And I heard a bit of your discussion before, and I want to say a great thank you to the United Kingdom and your leadership and to Prime Minister, because really today the UK shows leadership in free world. That is the most helping Ukraine country. And to help Ukraine today, it is to help and it is to fight for our common values, for human dignity, for human rights, for democracy, for rule of law, for the fact that borders cannot be changed by force, against dictatorships. So I really appreciate this leadership, and not me, from the whole nation. We are very thankful for the UK, not only for your practical support, which is also huge, but for this symbolic support, for this visit of Boris Johnson, for this walking on the streets of Kyiv when Putin is sitting somewhere in bunker and not getting out of there, being in Moscow or somewhere, I don't know, in Ural or Siberia. But your prime minister is walking on the streets of Ukrainian capital, from which, I just want to remind you, many embassies left. By the way, I'm waiting for British embassy to return because now it is not operating in Kyiv, and that is also a problem today for people, even including visa, receiving of visas and so on. So I hope that after Prime Minister walked on the streets of Kyiv, British embassy will also come back and start operating.
Yeah, exactly. And just tell us a bit about your feelings towards maybe the European Union or some other countries there, because a lot of people in this country saw what Boris Johnson did, and because they don't like Boris Johnson, okay, they said, oh, it's all just a stunt. It was all just a game. But actually, how do you compare the UK's response and Boris's response to that of other European nations?
I'm not inside your internal agenda, so I'm not interfering in any way. But to say from our side, Boris Johnson is the example of leader, like we see it from Ukraine on the international stage and on the international level. I don't know many about what's going on inside, but from outside, he looks like a leader. I think it's important to show leadership. Unfortunately, looking at European Union, I don't see real leaders there. Level of, I don't know, Charles de Gaulle or other well-known figures. No, I don't see that, unfortunately. And the only thing I think why it is the European countries are also supporting Ukraine because of the people of European countries, because certainly societies of European countries are absolutely on our side and are supporting Ukraine enormously. Millions of our refugees are taken care of by families, not even by governments, but by families of European people. And that is so important and so touching us. And this pressure from the societies makes political leaders in Europe react too. But certainly it is hard to compare German reaction when Ukraine asked Germany to sell us, once again, to sell us armored vehicles Marders. Germany refused. and now is going to pay money for utilizing them because they are old ones. Just once again, we asked to sell us these murders, and instead of this, they're going to pay money to utilize them. I can't accept it. I can't understand this. So certainly it is a great difference between the reaction of the UK government and, for example, German government. And I hope that other governments will watch at Boris Johnson example, by Polish example, by the way, by Lithuanian, Latvia, Estonia governments, and also support Ukraine both physically, practically, with weapons, sanctions against Russia, and also politically. That is so important for us.
And very finally, one day, of course, this war will come to an end. And all over social media, I've been seeing so many horrific images, so many horrific videos, so many awful stories, which I can't even repeat at this time of the morning. And so many people are calling now for the Russians, Vladimir Putin and others, to be prosecuted for war crimes, for those alleged war crimes. Do you have faith that one day that justice will be served?
Yes, I believe in this, because I believe in the rule of law, I believe in democracy, I believe in free world. And that means that those who are responsible for such awful crimes would pay for this. And you're showing, by the way, it's a school in Kramatorsk, I think. I've been there yesterday at this school, just bombed, just destroyed. And yes, all of these are war crimes. And if people who are committed such war crimes will not be responsible, will not pay for this, that will be extremely bad message to the whole world.
Indeed. And Oleksiy, thank you so much, as always. Keep up the good work. You know, we really, really appreciate you. All the work that you're doing for us here as well, coming on and keeping us informed. And good luck to you and your family. Oleksiy Goncharenko there, a member of Ukrainian Parliament and an absolute legend, let's be honest with you.